I am Tony Russo from On Death Care, and this is On the Clock, where we speak with funeral professionals about what they do, why they do what they do, and what they see for the future of funeral service. And today we're continuing our series of speaking with candidates for the NFDA board. I have with me Chris Holt, who is running for an at-large position. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Tony. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, so let's do a little bit of the house cleaning kind of stuff first. You've been a funeral director for how long, and why are you choosing to run now?
Tony, I've been a funeral director, fully licensed funeral director, crematory technician for 20 years now here in Montana, the great state, Big Sky state of Montana. And I've been on the Montana's Funeral Directors Association since 2012. I think, when I went to my first state meeting and saw that there's people out there that represent me and they want to represent me and listen to me and to bring that to and any issues to them, it really kind of started a fire in me that, this is kind of what I want to try to do, is represent those members that are serving in this profession, which is a very sacred profession, Tony. I mean, what we do is very sacred, and anything that we can do to help our members and our professionals to be the best that they can be, I mean, that just lit a fire in me. And since then, I've worked through the chairs. I've served twice now as president of our association here. I'm on my fourth year of representing Montana, the association, to the National Funeral Directors Association. I've been to leadership conferences, advocacy conferences, national conferences, and I mean, I'm just blown away how the NFDA is representing, is giving us tools to become better, not only personally, professionally, but as a community and as a profession. And that's just kind of what lit me going, and I'm driving that along.
And it is April 13th. This won't be out until May, but this is April 13th as we're speaking, and you're packed, and you're headed my way to D.C. Tell me about that. You're going to Advocacy. Have you gone before? And what do you hope to see and expect?
Absolutely, Tony. I'm going to D.C. Everybody gets scared. Oh, you're going to D.C. This will be my fourth time to go into D.C., going to the Capitol, advocating with our delegation from Montana, getting to sit down with them, with their staff, let them know what our issues are in our profession that we face, and just letting them know that we want them to represent us. These are our issues. And it's great that all of us from representatives from all over the state, we get to fly into D.C., we get together, we huddle together, we get our notes together, we swarm Capitol Hill, we visit all our delegations from each state, we present them our issues, and then we get to go see the great sightseeing seeing the Capitol, the tour of the Capitol. Everybody should go to the nation's capital, and I'm bringing my two young girls, my 16 and 12-year-old. This will be their second time in D.C., and we just got blessed. So we just found out we get the White House tour, so that's even better. And it's just a great opportunity for funeral professionals to get together in the great state of Washington, in this great D.C., and to be able to advocate, share our experiences, and to be together. It's an incredible experience.
It's so funny that you mentioned it, because my wife always brings that up. I live about 2.5 hours from DC, so it's something we do regularly, and it's funny because you go there and you're like, oh wow, yeah, people get really excited to come here because they don't come all the time, and it is a really exciting, and it's a beautiful city to visit.
Oh, absolutely. And everybody is so welcoming. And so, despite what people see and what you see on the news, don't believe it. They're very welcoming. You go anywhere you turn, as you know, Tony, there's something to see. There's history. The monuments, all that stuff is just history that you got to take in. And you can't just see it at one time. It takes many times to go over it. And one of the biggest things that I thought last year when I brought my two girls and my wife for their first time in D.C. is we went on the Moonlight Monument Tour. and seeing some of those monuments
Yeah.
at night, you have got to do that. I mean, it's just such a blown away experience and beautiful city. I mean, I just love DC.
And so part of this is advocacy and showing up, that kind of thing. But you're also representing other funeral directors that aren't in Montana. You're representing all the funeral directors and also the Montana funeral directors. And why is that important? Why do you think that's important?
Well, I think that's important because it shows that throughout the country, I mean, they're all that, you know, this sacred profession that we are doing, that we are call our profession, and it's very important of our communities and taking care of the people in their lowest part and their grieving time, and to be able to advocate to not only to Montana funeral directors but to the nationwide, you know, issues that we face, problems that might be coming up, you know, things that need to be head on. And we as a group of leaders and ones that want to come out and advocate for our profession and our members, we get together and we try to hammer it out and we mesh together ideas, what works, what doesn't work, what the issues are facing that are coming up nationally that might affect us, you know, personally in our hometowns. And we've got to make sure that we're all on the same page and to get ideas from everyone across the nation. It's unreal that you get some ideas. You just like, what, I would never thought of that. Let me try to bring that home and see if that works. Or, you know, this is what we've tried in Montana. Maybe that's going to help you out. And people are open, they're willing, and the ideas that come together, not all the ideas work, but some of them do. But it's just a process of advocating, getting it on the table, getting our eyeballs on it, massaging what we need to do, and then taking that back to our each individual mortician.
And now we were speaking beforehand, and you talked about one of the issues that you're concerned about for the future of funeral service, and as a as an at-large representative, is participation, making it easier or more palatable, or getting people more excited about participating in the NFDA. Because as you said, participation is the joiners are kind of falling away for some reason, and it is
I
it
mean,
is an issue that needs to be addressed.
it is. I mean, here in Montana, I mean, when I got into it in 2012 with my association, I mean, members were disenfranchised. They weren't seeing the investment, the value of their dollar being a part of the association. They weren't seeing the relevancy of what the investment is, and that's what we got to do. I mean, we are facing declining memberships. We're lack of participation. I mean, people not seeing the value. So we've got to turn that around, and we've got to make sure that we hear you and that we want to provide up to date information for you, credible continuing education credits for you, things that are palatable that you can use at home and to be able to into your own business and into this profession. And we got to make sure that they see that value. There's someone like myself that is willing to go out there and advocate, propose, bring back ideas, and to see what we can do to make this profession even higher. Let's make the association relevant. And that is by engaging our members with the education, relevancy, advocacy. I mean, we're out there, we're going to be pounding Capitol Hill, we're going to be doing our gumshoeing, and we're just going to be meeting and telling these are the issues that we need to do. And I think that shows our members that we listen to them, especially if there's issues that they bring to us and we bring them and advocate onto them, then that shows them that we're committed to listening to them and to bringing them ideas, to getting them excited about funeral service, getting them excited about an association, bringing it all together. There is no I in teamwork, Tony. It's all about us together. You can lay out the pieces of the puzzle, but if you're missing some pieces, it's not a whole puzzle. So that's what I'm passionate about, is making sure those pieces are there, they fit, it looks good, and you can bring that home to you, not only personally, but professionally and to your community.
So I just spoke with a woman in DC where they don't have an association, or they don't have a state association or district association at all. And she's advocating for licensure change in the district. but she said that she was referred by the National Funeral Directors Association. And this happens a lot of the stories that I cover are a state will call the NFDA and ask them about a state issue. And then the NFDA is not going to say, well, we don't know, right? They're going to refer you to someone in the state, but they need to know someone in the state who they can trust to represent the state, like who they can refer people to. You can't just say, call the state association. That's a lame answer. They have to give a person a name.
Yep.
And being on that list is, I think, important if you want to be a part of state changes as well.
Absolutely. No, you just hit it right on the head, Tony. I mean, you've got to have a face, you've got to have name recognition, but you got to know that there's someone out there that you can turn to or you can call them, and the NFDA provides that. The NFDA provides these individuals and leaders that want to help us and to be there, to be that face, that forefront, so that if you get that issue, they can say, you know what, there's Chris from Montana. You know, he kind of touched on that about death certificates or about crematoriums or about how many hours you got to work your crematorium. I mean, let's call him. Let's call the NFDA. Let's see if we can get Chris on the horn. And I mean, that's what the beauty of the National Funeral Directors Association is. It's a team of leaders and people that are passionate about leading, passionate about advocating, and passionate about providing tools and resources. And like you said, Tony, call a National Funeral Directors Association and, oh yeah, we'll take a note. Boom. No, boom. We're going to find out what's going on. We're going to find out. We're going to try to dig to that bottom and provide the best answer that we can. Do we have all the answers? No, you don't. But I will tell you, Tony, that I will dig and try until I can find something that'll help them out.
Now, speaking so far, it seems like your primary concern might be that the NFDA has more of a messaging issue than anything else. But is there anything you think the NFDA could be doing different to attract more engaged membership? Not just more membership, but also more engaged membership.
Well, I think more involvement, webinars, CEs, maybe poor podcasts. I mean, they do offer all these conferences and they offer it for the face-to-face. They really do push about the face-to-face. And I think that's what's important, is having that to mingle together, to be able to face-to-face, to bring the newer funeral directors and morticians in by providing them with, relevancy of what we face today. And plus what we've faced before. We've got the older people in our profession that have got all this wisdom. We've got the newer ones coming up looking for that wisdom. And so we've got to mesh that together, Tony, and we've got to make that relevant. We've got to make that fresh. And we've got to bring and be on top of not only his association, but to be enthusiastic about it, to show that this is important and this is what we are passionate about. And then we want to stay on top of new technologies, new ideas, live streaming, podcasts like you're doing. I mean, things that kind of are relevant, but that we can bring to them if they can't come to us, that we can bring to them, and still there can be improvements and be able to find things that'll help them professionally. But we also got to help our members also personally. And so we got to, burnout is a big thing in our profession. And we've got to make sure that we understand that and try to provide the tools to try to balance out a work-life balance, but also know that we are listening. I think listening, engaging, fresh, I think that's going to help out.
Excellent. And that's almost all I have for you, unless you have something else for me. Is there another issue you wanted to talk about? Is there something I missed? Is there something we should have talked about and I didn't give us a chance to?
No, Tony, I think that's what you did was you touched on. I think we touched on some good information, some good ideas. I know when we're going to be hitting Capitol Hill, I know some of the issues that we're going to be talking about are veterans benefits, burial benefits, making sure they are honored the way they're supposed to be. We're going to be taking up the health savings account issue. People are putting money away for the health savings account, to pay for medical expenses. But what happens to that money when that person dies and that money that they paid into? Why can't we, the beneficiary to that HSA account, use that money to pay for funeral services? I mean, that is just a kind of a no-brainer. And a couple other issues that we're talking about is, donor donor donations, body donation, organ donations. I mean, some places there it's totally regulated, some it's not. And so, I mean, there's issues out there that we still got to hit on head on and make sure that people know we think about them, we want to help them, and that's what we're here for. And that's what I want to be there for them.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Tony, you bet. It's been a pleasure. Hope to do this again. It's been a great time. So thank you, Tony.